It's interesting, isn't it? Now the roller's flattened it out again. It's still quite a thick matting of grass.
Yeah, the grass has gone nowhere, has it?
I mean, you'd expect the
Dry.
Very dry, though, isn't it?
It is, but I think Damien Hoff, the groundsman, should be complimented on the job he's done. I think he's got it dead right. Last year, it was like 2 or 3 mils longer, that grass, and it was a little bit more moist when it started. He's just taken a little bit more moisture out, dropped the grass by about 2 mil, and I think he's got it absolutely perfect for a test match or a day-night test match. It's done a little bit for the bowlers, but we've seen 2 great hundreds and scores of around about 300. Absolutely. That's exactly what you want for a test match.
The captain of South Africa has just walked out here now and he just stood at the crease and said, "This looks beautiful." So that's a compliment. That is a real big compliment.
It doesn't really look any different from how it started. It's dried out a bit. Pitch scan shows us that a bit like at the Wacker during the Perth test, the pitch dried quite a lot from the first day to the second, but from the second to the third, it didn't change a lot. I mean, that is now a very dry playing surface.
That is a dry playing surface.
All those dark areas tell you that the pitch, the grass is dry, right? And when you get the yellowy, greeny pictures, you know that there's a bit of moisture in there. We can show you. There you go, day one, much more moisture there.
And interesting that in the middle of the pitch was more moist from day one. You can see the ends, even day one, were drier than the middle, and you can see that sort of, I suppose, moved through or transposed itself through the next 2 days. That, as you'd expect, where the ball bounces a lot more and where there's a lot more player movement and footwork and bowlers following through, it just dries out more and more.
We saw last night how the ball moved around, and that's what Darren Lehman's saying. He thinks the grass stands up, and even though there hasn't been a lot of swing, there has been some seam movement in the evening.
There has been, and that could be a tactical play in these day-night test matches. Could be talking tactics, thinking, when am I going to get my second new ball? When am I going to take the first new ball? When am I not going to declare? When am I not going to declare? What is going to be the state of playing pink ball cricket? Because if this grass stands up at night, like Buff's just said, then you want to be bowling. You want to be bowling with a newish ball too.
And I think even if you look at this situation in the game now, Australia are 6 for 307. I think if they were 8 or 9 down, they'd think about declaring now because it would mean they'd have 80 overs of bowling, leaving themselves 10 overs tonight with the second new ball. But I think 6 down with Khawaja on 138, you're thinking, no, try and get as many as we can. But now, if they do that, though, and they get knocked over in 8 overs, they're going to make it very awkward because they're not going to get a second new ball tonight when that grass is going to help the ball move around.
Yeah, so the twilight session is going to be an older ball, 55 over ball. Grass is going to have to stand up tall there.
It's a science.